Hi, this is Aisha, and this is my tutorial for Google SketchUp. It is a 3D model making tool that anybody can pretty much use. This version, the Make version, is free for educators and students, so that's the version that I am going to be working with today. I will let you know I do have a bit of a cough and scratchy throat, so I hope that that's not a little bit too distracting while I'm going through this, but I am battling an infection. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. If I click up at the top on this shape, it gives me the options to choose from different shapes. I'm going to pick the rectangle, and you just find a place that you want to use, and you can draw that on your page. Then you can go to this button here, which is the push-pull button, and that allows you to lower things or raise them up higher. Excuse me. So I'm going to click here so I can get a better view of what I'm looking at. And now I'm going to turn to the front and add some windows. So I click on the rectangle button again, and I'm just going to make another rectangle. There's a tool called the offset tool. The offset tool allows you to make kind of like a border. So I'm going to put one right there. And then if I come over to the side, I can click glass and mirrors. And if I select this pane right here, let's click on select. Then I'm going to make a translucent glass and paint it there, and now you can see the inside of my window. So if I want to get away from that, I'm just going to go back to my arrow so that my paint's not all on there. And if I want to change this color, let's say maybe I wanted that to be metal, and I can just click on there, and now I have this metal border around my glass window. Okay, so now I'm going to make a door. I click on the rectangle, and I'm going to find a good spot for it to go. And then I'm going to click on the offset key. Is this offset? Yeah. So I can make the frame for my door. So let's make my frame like this. And if I want to put some color on my door, of course I have all these options. Let's go with wood. And excuse me. There's that part of my door. And for the frame, let's go with maybe stone. That sounds kind of cute. And click on the outside. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is add some steps. So I'm going to come like down here by the door and put a step there. And then I'm going to use the push-pull button to raise, click on the wrong thing, raise my step up just a little bit. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but my door is sticking out really funky, which is weird. Who wants a door like that? So I'm actually going to go back and undo some things so that my door is not sticking out of my house, because who wants a door sticking out of their house? So let's go back to that step that I was working with, and make sure that this time I select on that area first before I decide to raise it. Okay, so as you can see, my house is coming together. The trickiest part that I found is making a roof. So you have to click on the line. Let me maybe rotate this a little bit more in my direction and maybe zoom out some. Okay, so I'll make my line. There's my midpoint, and I want it to go exactly over here. So now that I have the line, I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to click. First, let me get a better view of my roof. Okay, then I'm going to click on the button that says move, and I'm going to raise that line up. Yay, I did it this time, you guys. I know how happy I am. So if I turn it, it looks a little crooked. So I'm going to have to go back and undo it maybe to make sure that it's not as crooked, because that's not perfect. But for today, it'll have to just serve its purposes. We're going to go to the house itself, and let's make this a brick house, and let's give the roof a nice little feel to it. Okay, so clearly my house is not complete, but it takes a lot of time to complete a project, a lot more time than I can do in a couple minutes of a tutorial. So this is just part one. Hopefully it was helpful. It's been pretty fun working with this. I think this is my new favorite toy. But thanks for tuning in. Bye.